Welcome to the Finkel Show. Sit back, relax, be entertained, and maybe even learn something.
I think I'm going to save you 2 hours and 44 minutes that you would otherwise never get back. But I will delay it a little bit. I will look into the camera, try to think of what to say. And then I will pose and look up into the sky. Excuse me. And now that I figured out what to say, I'll say some really stupid shit and lean into the camera. There's a video out there from earlier today where a very funny looking guy, and I don't mean temporarily funny like me, that this is a Bell's palsy, this is temporary. I mean, the guy's been funny looking the entire time we've known of his existence on YouTube. He's just, this is temporary, this will change. That ugly motherfucker. Oh, I forgot the correct pose. With those pauses and those dead spaces while I try to think of what to say, it takes 30 minutes to figure out who in the fuck is he talking about. Let's see if you can figure out who I'm talking about. By the way, if you're feeling charitable and you want to help veterans, there's a lot of successful charities and nonprofits out there who actually do what some people claim to do. If you donate to them, the money will go towards legal advice for veterans or for helping veterans figure out how to get the benefits or, various ways of taking care of veterans. Not necessarily the pretend I'm going to help veterans and then spend my money on mukbanging or my own lawyer fees or helping my wife pay the bills since I can't hold a job midday Friday. Doing that for 2 hours and 44 minutes. All right. Once upon a time, I do this a lot. I go up to a 7-Eleven or I stop at a gas station. Or I'm just walking around DC or Old Town Alexandria. Someone comes up and says, "Hey man, can you help out with a few dollars? Can you help out with some change?" I have no problem helping out with a few dollars of change. If I have it with me. It's a credit card world. It's a bank card world. Don't carry a lot of cash with me most of the time. So it's kind of hard to give me a credit card. Well, yeah, if there's cash in the wallet or change in the pocket, no problem giving what I have. And that includes one time, actually, I gave him more than he asked for. The query was, "Hey man, can you help me out with $5? I'm trying to get a 6-pack. Now, I'm a recovering alcoholic. I haven't had an alcoholic beverage in over 13 years. But I appreciated his honesty. I gave him $10. And I said, if this is a problem for you, you might want to check out a 12-step recovery program. If you just want a 6-pack and you can't afford it, here you go. To be clear, recently I gave Generally Specific a penny shy of $500. I don't know why I did the penny shy thing. The max donations you can make in super chats on YouTube in a single day is $500, unless you change accounts. They won't let you do more than $500 in a day. And the recipient doesn't get all of that. The recipient YouTube keeps, I forget the percentage, it's a considerable percentage. You're really better off Cash Apping or Venmoing or Zelle, if you have that information. Because if you want generally specific or some scar tissue to have $500 and you super chat them 500, they're only going to get, I think, I don't know what's the math, 300, 350. There's a big percentage that YouTube keeps off the top. It's unusually large. So you really giving YouTube. Trust me, YouTube does not need the money. They do quite well enough without it. But the recipient also gets taxed because, well, this recipient doesn't lie to the IRS about what he's doing with the money. We do know people who lie to the IRS about what they're doing with their money. Charity. GS is very clear that the donations that he gets in Super Chats goes towards props on his studio. He's very clear that the proceeds he gets from these Super Chats goes towards mukbanging, something he didn't originally do, something he kind of picked up from someone who seems scarred for life. Definitely scarred for life. Okay. Anyway. And by the way, GS is under some kind of weird protection order where the people that are afraid of what he might do on the outside of the situation, don't seem to realize he can't do it. he's currently forbidden to do it. So, I mean, okay, I've heard some really disgusting jokes about a cardboard cutout. If that's one of his props, well, that's disgusting. However, I am not sorry, Kevin, that he got $500 from me before you did. He got $500 from me, and you never will. See, I'm talking shit about your charity, which to somebody else you are referencing in your waste of 2 hours and 44 minutes. What do you call it? Slander. If it's slander, you could sue me. And you could probably get a lot more than $500 if it's slander. And let me see, you could put the proceeds towards your charity. Now, I'm not sorry. I show generosity towards GS. I do not agree with everything he says. I do not agree with everything he does. I do like to build bridges between opposing ideologies, because really ideologies aren't as opposing as you think, except for the occasional hard R tard out there who does shit like this. It's like he's looking up in the sky for an answer. I get it. I get it. Seek a higher power for the things you can't do. You're missing a R in your title. Not so scarred for life. Spelling's pretty bad when you're trying to spell something that's fake. I apologize. Thank you. I shall remedy that. Edits. Add a hard R. Save changes. Did it work? Let's try it again. Edit. Oh, it's just in one of them. Let's do it in both of them. Add a hard R. There we go. That is more accurate with the hard R, the extra hard R. Extra hard R. I got to remember to take the pose when I take a drag. The Hollywood drag. Yeah. It took him 30 minutes to get to figure out what the hell is he talking about. And over an hour into it, he's really butthurt. I mean, he's really, really, really butthurt that he didn't get some of my generosity. Organizations that actually do what he claims his organization does have gotten a lot more money than you've seen on YouTube and will continue to do so. And I would suggest, if you want to help veterans out, I mean, actually help veterans, plural, not just one veteran with some issues. If you want to help veterans out, there are many organizations who do that for the actual veterans they serve. Legal advice, how to navigate the red tape. By the way, red tape, do you know where the term red tape comes from? After the Civil War, veterans literally had to go to Washington, D.C. to get their promised benefits. And to determine whether or not that veteran got these benefits or not, while he went to D.C. on his own expense and waited for them to do the research, they'd bundle all the files and documents related to that veteran, bundled in red tape. Ta-da! At least that's the lore. Shadow Finkel writes, SCARS is a scam, in my opinion. If you go to the website, they're not even accepting any new applications, only donations. Well, I'm reading that. I don't know that for a fact. I have no reason to doubt it. But let's ponder on that in the SCARS format. Yeah, fuck you, Kevin. Okay. Yeah. I have nothing against for public safety and official misconduct. In fact, I like them a lot. Chris can be abrasive sometimes. And I do disagree with GS on a lot of things, and he can be very abrasive on some things. And I've given to both. Well, actually, never directly given to much official misconduct, but I've given to for public safety. Probably would calculate the total far more than $500, and I gave GS a penny shy of $500. And you know, if you want to mock my generosity, sure. I'm a recovering alcoholic who gave a apparent street bum $10 because he wanted $5 towards a six-pack. I'm kind of stupidly generous, and I'm not sorry. I'm not apologetic. I'm not like the SCARS guy. Wants to pretend like I'm some kind of freedom fighter or truth seeker or First Amendment auditor. Yeah, I get it. I go out there with cameras and I do stuff that I learned from First Amendment auditors. I am not auditing. I'm not fighting for, I mean, I do fight for some things, but I don't do it auditing. In fact, there's a $500 reward for anybody who audits Christopher Ruff in the way that he offered a $100 reward for auditing Chris Ryder. Different Chris. Same topic. You should just be scared of losing your liberties these days. I indeed. Well, hello, Hot Mess Summer. How you doing? I'm going to do the pose again. This one's just for summer. It's kind of like the superhero pose. But how many superheroes smoke? Well, I'm not a superhero. And unlike the scar tissue guy, I'm not under the delusion that maybe I am. I'm just a guy who hates Trump, kind of silly and generous with his money, sometimes for good causes. Let me say that again. Sometimes for good causes. Let me say that one more time. Sometimes for good causes. Yeah, that's right. If you go to a channel called Hot Mess Summer on Wednesday nights, you will see actual, despite her mean, she called me a fucker. Despite her language, she actually helps people. And we have actually followed donations through Amazon's wish list and watch them get marked as delivered. On that day, she'll actually do a live and she'll open that package and she'll pull things. She'll read the little cards. Shout out to Finkel, shout out to Muxer, whoever sent it. And then on that next Wednesday, you'd see her put whatever the donations were in her car and go out there and actually give them to people who need it. I get it. GS doesn't need it. I get it. That street bum who wanted money for his six-pack, he didn't need that. So we shall see what Wednesday will hold for us this week. All right. Yeah. I want to see if I can find that wish list link. I think I got some ideas. Anyway, that's a bona fide charitable effort where the person who claims to do the charity actually does the charity. You might see Hot Mess Summer go to a restaurant or something, but that's from her own earned money. She also works. Kevin, I said, pay attention, brother. She works. She actually works. I don't mean just her charity work. I mean, she actually holds a job. Okay. Yeah, it took him 30 minutes to figure out what the hell was he talking about. And it's probably taken you 16 minutes and 54 seconds right about now to figure out what the hell are you talking about, Finkel? I don't know. I'm just smoking in the sky. And then looking into the camera. But I'm not asking you for a dime to me. Not a dime. Well, I was telling you what we did this week. Yeah, you might. I was telling you what we did this week. You might not see the comment through. Sometimes it don't come through. Everything you don't get through StreamYard. Oh, okay. It's yeah, my charity work is volunteer work. Yes. She does this out of the kindness of her heart. Not like that scarred guy who does it to supplement his own income. Oh, Kevin, is that slander? Do something about it. In one of my videos, actually a rather old video, a cop told me that if I didn't comply, he was going to put me in handcuffs. And I said, there's nothing to comply with. You're not giving me a lawful order. And the original video was very long, and he never put me in handcuffs. He escalated to a supervisor, and the supervisor escalated to a nearby property management, not the public, and they're all talking about. He never put me in handcuffs, but the scarred guy said, "You're a fake. You didn't sue him." Of course, I didn't sue him. He gave me clicks and views. He didn't harm me. He didn't violate. He wanted to violate. He didn't violate my rights. Kevin, have I violated you? You feel violated, don't you? I don't know. Okay. One more time. 500 plus the bonuses I mentioned last night on the Shadow Finkel show to whoever does a legal audit of Christopher Ruff. And shout out to everybody who came in the chat. Killamilla, Melanie Salisbury, GMK, Hot Mess Summer, with a special shout out to Hot Mess Summer. Who else we got? Ghetto what? Ghetto Finger Gaming. Well, that's a new one. Suspicious. Suspicious is a crime. Stephanie St. Germain. Am I missing anybody? And Michael Andreas. Thank you all for wasting 19 minutes and 41 seconds of your time. God bless us, everyone. And Kevin, grow the fuck up. You're over 21. It's time to grow the fuck up. Cheerio.
I don't know what those two putas are talking about. I am the wind beneath Finkel's.
Hold on, hold on, hold on. It is obviously me. I am the wind.
You guys, this is stupid. I knew him first. Obviously, he is nothing without.
Oh, you knew him first. I am so sick of this. I knew him first bullshit.
Me too.
I don't
care
care
I don't
what
care
anyone
what
says,
anyone
I am
says. I am
Finkel's
Finkel's
favorite.
favorite.
If it wasn't
If it wasn't for me, he'd just be one more rambling old man on the internet.
Come on, you guys. Why can't we all just get along? To be honest, I like to think I am the wind beneath my own wings.
Shut
Shut
up,
up, Finkel.